Good afternoon, children. Welcome to 6th standard online physical science class. Today we will start the new unit in chemistry, lesson 5, water. We know that life would not have been possible on earth without water. Right, children? Yes. In fact, life originated in water. Water covers 3/4 of the earth's surface, 3/4 of the earth's surface. It makes up 70 percentage of our body and 80 to more than 95 percentage of fruits and vegetables. In ancient times, water was considered an element, but now it is established that it is a compound of hydrogen and oxygen. Among all the compounds found on the earth, water is the most abundant. Okay, the sources of water. What are the sources? From where do we get water? That's the source. Okay, the sources of water are surface water, that is, the water in large water bodies like rivers, lakes, oceans, and the polar ice caps, and groundwater. What is groundwater? Groundwater, that is the water under the surface of the earth. So there are two sources of water. What are they? The surface water and the groundwater. Surface water and the groundwater. Is it clear? So surface water, which is present in rivers, lakes, oceans, all those are surface water. Is it clear, children? And what about groundwater? Groundwater is the one which is present in the surface, beneath the earth's surface. Okay, which is pumped out whenever it is required. No, that type of water is called groundwater. Okay, children. Yes, the water from lakes and rivers they are also otherwise called as fresh water, and groundwater are most widely used for agriculture, industrial, and household purposes. So, mostly this fresh water and groundwater are used for agricultural, industrial, and household purposes. The source of this water is rain. Sea water is salty and cannot be used directly. We know this fact already, right? The states of water. As we know already, water exists in three states: solid, that is ice; liquid, that is water; and gaseous, that is water vapor. It is present in all the three states in nature. High mountains and polar regions are covered with ice as Himalayas. Okay. Oceans, lakes, rivers, and ponds have water in liquid state. The atmosphere has water in vapor state, which is not visible. So, the vapor state water is not visible for us, even though it is not visible, but it is available in the atmosphere. Okay, the interchangeability of the states of water. So we know that we can change the states of water. One state of water can be changed into another state. On being heated, ice is converted into water and water into vapor. And on being cooled, water vapor is converted into water and water into ice. Thus, ice, water, and water vapor are interconvertible. What do you mean by interconvertible? We can convert them from one state to another state and vice versa. In other words, the states of water are interchangeable. So we can conclude that the states of water are interchangeable. Okay. Water is essential for our life. Water is essential for our life. Water is essential for us? Life would not have existed on earth without water. Without water, which plays many roles in the body of a living being. Let us see what some of these are. The first one is biochemical reactions. Biochemical reactions. What do you mean by biochemical reactions? The reactions that takes place in the body of a living being are called biochemical reactions. Digestion and respiration are two examples of such reactions. So the chemical reaction whichever taking place inside the body of a living organism is called to be a biochemical reaction. So some examples are digestion and respiration which are happening in our human body. These reactions take place in solution or require water as the medium. Okay, so they require water as a medium. Then photosynthesis. Another one is photosynthesis is one biochemical reaction in which water plays an active role. Okay, water plays an active role. Water is one of the chemicals required for photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is also a biochemical reaction, and which is the most important thing for this reaction, this photosynthesis. Water helps transport food, waste and many other things inside our body of the living being. For example, blood transport things around our body, and blood is mostly water. In plants, a liquid called sap carries nutrients absorbed by the root to other parts of the plant body. Okay. Sap, which is mostly water, also carries food from the leaves to the rest of the plant. Okay, like blood, the sap works in the case of plants. The next one, water helps expel wastes from the body. For example, sweat, urine expelled from our body contain waste dissolved in water. Another important function of water is to maintain the body temperature at a particular level. When we feel hot, we sweat, right? Sweat take away heat from our skin when it evaporates. Actually, if we feel hot, we will be sweating. The sweat evaporates, it will take out the heat from our body. Okay. Dog salivate when they feel hot. Salivate, they will let their tongues out, no? That is salivate. When they feel hot, this evaporation of the saliva cools their body. So when the saliva evaporates, it cools their body. This is how the the water is essential for the living beings, not only the human beings, even for animals and plants also it is very much useful. Is it clear, children? Hope you have understood. Other uses of water. We need water for various purposes. The main uses of water can be classified into household, agricultural and industrial. Household use. We use water for drinking, cooking, bathing, washing, cooling and gardening. We also use water for flushing toilets and cleaning floors. We realize how important it is not to waste water when the water supply fails for a couple of days. Especially in areas like Chennai, they feel the water scarcity. In Pondicherry, enjoying the facility. But there are some areas which really face the scarcity of water. Think about their situation. There are something you could do at home to avoid wasting water. For instance, you should not leave the tap on while brushing your teeth. You should use a mug of water instead, isn't it? Are you all following that? You will simply open your tap and let the water go out and you will brush, isn't it? Don't do this again. Stop doing that, children. As you are the future of the nation, you must save the water. Also, you could easily bath using a bucket of water. If you leave the tap on, you could end up using 3 buckets of water. So, while bathing also, you can use a bucket of water instead of opening the tap. Okay. Yes, that will save the water. These steps will conserve the water. Conserve means water. Save the water. Next one is agricultural use. Like all plants, crops need water for photosynthesis, drawing minerals from the soil. Drawing means taking minerals from the soil and transporting substances from one part to another. They also lose a lot of water by evaporation, mainly from the leaves. This loss of water is known as transpiration. We have learned this transpiration in our biology classes, right children? Loss of water from the leaves of the plants is called transpiration. The amount of water thus lost is several hundred times greater than that used by plants for other purposes. So, a large amount of water is required for producing a crop. You may be surprised to learn that for producing 1 kg of corn, the plant uses 350, that is 350 kgs, that is 350 liters of water. Okay, so for producing 1 kg of corn, how much water is required? 350 liters of water is required. The water requirement of wheat is 500 and that of potato is 636 liters. The soil must contain sufficient moisture to meet the needs of the crop growing on it. It may not rain enough for the soil to be sufficiently moist. Sometimes the rain fails, isn't it? And that time the moisture will not be maintained there. So that is why farmers need to irrigate the land. Irrigate means supply the water to the land. Huge amount of water are required for this purpose. So for agriculture, huge amount of water is required. Okay children. Now we are going to discuss the industrial uses of water. Industries are often set up on the banks of rivers because they need huge quantity of water for the following purposes. So, for water, all this water is needed as a reactant. A substance, what is a reactant? A substance taking part in a chemical reaction is called a reactant. Okay, taking part in a chemical is called a reactant. So, water is used in industries as a reactant. It is also used as a solvent. Let us learn what is a solvent in this lesson later, children. And steam is used for the production of electricity and for other purposes. Steam plays a vital role in the production of electricity and other purposes. For the dispersal of waste, to wash away the waste, this water is required. as a coolant. So, in order to cool the temperature of the substances, this water is used. So, these are the various industrial uses of water. So, hope you have understood from our today's class how water plays a vital role, and we cannot separate separable role from our day-to-day life. Hope you have understood, children. So do your assignment and report in the group without fail. We will meet in the next class, children. Thank you.